Hey guys, how's it going? Coming back at you from just outside of Minto, Alaska actually. I decided that I want to go for a walk, but I don't want to just walk around the village like I typically would. So I decided to walk a little ways on the trail that we call 9 Mile, and that's where I'm at currently. Now I have really no destination really in mind. I just figured I want to go for a walk, so why not? So that's what I'm doing. But it's pretty nice out here. It's nice and quiet. It's flurrying a little bit of snow in the air. It's not cold, and it's nice. It's real nice. A little coffee table. There's a coffee table, and just another few hundred yards back too, there's a plastic paddle from like a kayak. So I don't know, interesting stuff. Ooh. Rabbit tracks. You know, my dad used to do rabbit snares with me growing up a little bit. Not always, but I might look into doing it again. There's a box of some sort. I'm telling you, it's just the most random stuff on this trail. There's a tire. So you can see this like broken over birch tree, and there's actually a lot of that around here. Like over there, I don't know if you can really see. There's one there. What that is it's actually from moose. Moose will come through, and they're like prime source of food is like the skin off of willows and the leaves off of birch trees and stuff like that. So what they'll do is they'll break off the top half of like a birch tree or willow branches, and they'll just like nip at the buds and the skin off of the willow or birch trees. So that's why whenever you're out in the woods and there's like no real definitive trail, or even just on the side of the road, you'll see a lot of broken off like trees, little trees specifically, like this one here. And it's from moose, just enjoying a meal. Well, there's a bit of someone's snow machine cowling just off the trail here. Hey look, another tire. There's a fuel barrel. Okay, so these I believe are called like root balls or something like that. Some people might have different names for them, but that's just what I've most commonly heard them called. But it happens when a tree is blown in the wind, stronger than what's blowing right now, and it blows the tree over and it rips all the roots up with it. And it's especially common with these spruce trees because they're basically like surface rooted trees. As you could see from back there, the roots only go like a couple feet deep, so it doesn't have much grab in the ground, so the wind just pushes it right over. So you remember how earlier I said that I didn't really have a destination in mind? Well, I lied, because I have made it to my destination. And the reason I wanted to come down here is just because we've been down here several years ago, and we had like a little campfire, you know, cookout with the family, like a little tea, if you will. And I wanted to come out here again and check it out and explore the idea of possibly doing like a winter camp out here at some point. Our family has a canvas wall tent that I could, you know, throw in a sled and drag out here and whatnot. So if that ends up happening, keep an eye out for that, because that is something that I would really like to do sometime this winter. But that was the whole idea behind why I walked all the way out here, was to get to this point. It's nice. It's a nice place. It's especially nice on a clear day. As you can see, today isn't very clear. But yeah, it was a good little walk out here. It only took me about an hour, just over an hour to get out here. You know, I'll head back. Alrighty guys, so supposedly tonight is supposed to be a pretty good night to see the aurora. So we're gonna go do that and see if it actually is a good night. The sky is clear. It's really windy and cold out still, but you know, there's a give and take when it comes to photographing the aurora. So I looked at the website for the aurora forecast, basically, and it says it's supposed to be fairly decent tonight, so we'll go out and see. So I just arrived at where I want to shoot the northern lights, and I got my camera all set up. The place that I'm at right now isn't really ideal. I mean, it is in the fact that it's a wide open space that has a clearing to the north, that has a clear view to the north, but the issue right now is that the aurora, okay, you can't see that. The aurora is actually most active right now over to the east, and the issue with that is I have a street light and a couple little houses on that side. So I'm hoping that the aurora moves and gets more active on this side, you know, more to the north where it's supposed to be. That way I can have a little bit more of a easier time photographing them, but it is what it is. I could move locations and walk down to the bench, but I'm afraid that once I get down to the bench, they will have moved to the other side, and then I'll have things in my way over there. So it's a real turnaround here. Real turnaround? Whatever. Anyway, so that's the issue that I'm facing right now. Plus it's cold. It's not too cold, it's windy. It's not cold at all, but the wind makes it cold, especially on my lips. So, oh shoot, that's right. I forgot the GoPro is fixed focus distance. Well, that sucks. Anyway, this is gonna be blurry, but I'll show you anyway. So here you can see my aperture is f2.8. My ISO, you can't really tell, but it's at 800, and my shutter speed is at 8 seconds. And I have a shutter timer set to 2 seconds. That way I'm not moving the camera at all by releasing my hand off the shutter button. Okay, so on the bright side of choosing the place that I did to shoot the aurora is that it's in a field right next to the youth center. So while my time lapse is running, I can go in there where it's nice and warm and I'm not freezing my hands off. Granted, I have gloves in my pockets, but my face is also cold and I don't have a face mask, so I'm just gonna go to the youth center where it's warm. I'll tell you what, deciding to come over here was the best decision I made today, because the wind is freezing cold. Like, the air temperature itself isn't bad, but with the wind chill, oof, my goodness. Just dialing in my camera and like getting the settings that I need for the aurora, my hand was on fire, dude. And it was a genius idea coming over here because it's warm and I have snacks. Cheese balls. These things, amazing, love them. Whew, I'm gonna say it again, that was a genius idea going over to the youth center. I got some cheese balls, I got to hang out where it was nice and warm for a little bit, watch a couple YouTube videos. Alright, it's now 11:57. I've decided to call it early and pull the time lapse. I went through the camera roll and I got enough to make, you know, a short, decent little time lapse, but that's alright. I'm gonna head home because it's getting late. It's windy, you know, my face and my hands are cold. Even after waiting in the youth center for that time and warming up, you know, the wind just takes it out of you. So I'm gonna head home and call it a night. But it was a good day going for a hike and whatnot, and then having the aurora at the end of the evening. So it was a good day. Hopefully it was a good video as well, and I hope I'll stay true to my word and remain consistent with making these videos. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Good night.